Hi, church. Hopefully the background noise isn't too loud and doesn't drown my voice out. But it seemed like such a beautiful spot to do my video. I've made a couple and I keep trying all week and they just don't seem to be the right fit. So this is try number 3, and this is also my favorite spot. It's also been a place where I have done so much healing and so much growth and have cried tears and screamed and also prayed and laughed and felt hope again and felt all the good things. So I thought it was appropriate to talk to you guys in my place of healing. I was asked to do this video, and my immediate response was yes and ugh. Why? Why? Because it's a big emotional commitment, and I've had to think about things that I didn't really want to think about. And what I've been thinking about is, especially sitting here thinking of all the things I've gone through over the past 12 years of my life, and sitting here, they all kind of come up. For those of you who don't know my story, I'll keep it very brief, but in 2009, I essentially lost everything I had, except for my son and my orange Honda Fit. But I got divorced that year, so I lost not just my husband, but for a while, his family, and my own family was not supportive of our decision, and my friends kind of dropped me like a hot potato. And a few months later, I ended up losing my job. They cut the hours, the place that I was working, they cut me down to 8 hours a week, so I had no income. I lost my dog. He had an accident and I lost him. And then my best friend told me she was moving to New Jersey, so I lost her. And then a few months after that, my mom got diagnosed with terminal cancer. So it was a hell of a year. And there was a lot of fallout from that, a lot of decisions I made based in pain, based in hurt. And those decisions led to some not so great life circumstances. So it was just this really vicious cycle. And I'll be honest, there was days I did not want to make it through the day. I was so just overwhelmed with grief, and there were days I was like, God, just take me, like, let me be in a freak accident, or just something, like, I can't do this. But somehow I did, and somehow God kept putting people in my life, and I had the support of Good Shepherd. That kept me going. My son and my church and my woods here, my nature, kept me going. And in 12 years I've gained so much. I have most of I have opened a new shop. I sell art and I sell my pottery and just some really cool local handmade things, and it's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful gathering place, and it's my vision come true. And it's pretty perfect. But life is not perfect. There's still pain. I mean, truthfully, it's been a hard day. This morning, my boyfriend and I broke up, and then I went to church where, we did the communion service outside, and it was beautiful, and it was loving, but it also was sad that we've missed a year of each other's lives. And, the reason I'm telling you this part is because what I want us to see is I didn't get a fairy tale ending. I've got my shop, I've got friends, I've got amazing things, but hard things are still going to happen. And God doesn't promise us that hard things aren't going to happen. But what I know with all of my heart, every cell in my body, is that there's always resurrection. There's always resurrection. There's always a new day. There's always new life. Even as hard as today has been, I was still able to come sit out here and sit by this water and still feel loved and surrounded by beauty and surrounded by God. And I know God's picked me up so many times from the ashes. I have risen from the ashes time after time after time. And I'll continue to rise up through the ashes, because that's what Jesus means. That's, to me, like the ultimate message of Jesus is hope and life and resurrection, and I've lived it. I've lived it so many times, and I'll keep living it. And it's not just for me. I'm not special. I mean, I am. We're all special, but it's that resurrection's not just for me. It's for everybody. That is promised to all of us. And I did forget to do a scripture, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this right now. It was very impromptu, but if I had to incorrectly quote one, I'm thinking of, I am the life, I am the hope and the resurrection. And that's what Easter is to me. That's what Lent is. That's what this whole season is all about, is rising up through the ashes and being promised life and new life every day, no matter what we've done, no matter what's happened to us, no matter what. Even if we don't stay in this life, even if we are, have a terminal illness, or, things are seemingly hopeless, there's still life on the other side. There's so much life all around us. We just have to be open to it. I think I've gone over my time. I clearly can talk a lot, but thank you for listening, and I hope that this touches somebody. I hope somebody can resonate with this message and know that it's not over and it's not hopeless, and that God will be there for you to pick you up out of the ashes too, and to give you life. Thanks.